Okay, so this was a video I wasn't exactly planning to make, but I feel like I have to say something about this considering the entire Sonic fan base kind of lost their shit about it on Twitter last night. Like, oh my god. I was scrolling through YouTube and saw SpeedSuperSonic upload a new video. Oh, cool, his videos are always fun. I then saw the title. Sonic, what was it, like, video games are holding Sonic the Hedgehog back. I think that's what the title was. Like, I think that's exactly what the title was. And I was like, oh god, Ricardo said something stupid again. Like, and if any of you know anything about Supersonic, like, you know, he is prone to saying dumb shit like that. Not to say I don't like him. I actually really like his content. As I said, his videos are always great. He clearly has. He's one of the few people online who actually still has a positive outlook on Sonic, which is a good thing, depending on your viewpoint. But I don't know. There's always been this thing with him where he's always preferred the video, like, the what the fuck, why can't I speak? He's always preferred the media outside of the video games. Like, obviously he started off, I think what got him into Sonic was Sonic X, and like, he always tries to push the other media over the games. He says he doesn't, but in truth, if you've watched any of his videos, you know he does care about that side of the franchise a lot more than those. I'm not saying he doesn't like the games, because he does like the games. Fuck me, he likes the games enough to defend 06. That tells you everything. But I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is kind of a rebuttal, as it does in the title. It's kind of a rebuttal. It's kind of not, because overall, the video actually isn't all that bad. A lot of people are freaking out just because of the title of the video alone. But if you watch the video is actually not all that bad. He clickbaited you, essentially. It's not Sonic Show levels of clickbait, but it's still clickbait. Not that I can blame him. I do the exact same thing. It's a lot of people talk about clickbait like it's like the ultimate bad thing when it comes to YouTube, but in truth, you kind of have to do it to get views. I feel like people don't understand that, but that's not the point of the video. So let's just get talking about this now. So he starts off the video basically with a disclaimer to say that he's not trying to get them to get rid of Sonic video games, which, I mean, yeah, it's good that you put that there, but I mean, your title is kind of misleading, as I said. Again, not that I blame you, but I don't know, if your title is that misleading to the point where you have to put a disclaimer, maybe you should think about it. I don't know. I'm not good at talking. It's not my strong suit. But I'm actually going to skip to, like, the end of the video because, as I said, most of the video is really harmless. It's mostly just him talking about things we already know, really, like that the games have not been good in recent years. And then towards the end, he says this.
And this has led a lot of people down the road of, should Sonic even be trying to be that kind of franchise anymore? Should Sonic even attempt to be a video game franchise with other media? Because it seems like Sonic succeeds at the other media way more than he does at video games. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're obviously gonna choose the other media. And no, that's not the case. That's not what I want to happen to Sonic. But, and there's a but, I do want what is best for Sonic. And if it is going down a road where he is focused on cartoons such as Sonic Prime, and movies in movie theaters, and comic books and merchandise, which Sega seems very heavily prioritized with, then so be it. I'm fine with that.
Now look, I'm not saying he's entirely wrong, alright? I want to make that very clear. He's not fully wrong here. But really think about this, alright? Do the outside influences, like the outside media, like how the fuck am I going to describe this? Because he's a fucking game franchise. Like, how do I describe, like, outer media? That's how I've been saying it on Twitter. Yeah, like the outer media, like the movies and the shows and the comics and all that stuff. I don't think Ricardo realizes that in the long run, that stuff really does not affect Sonic's reputation at all. Like, to give you a good example, when the Sonic movie came out, most people really liked it. I really liked it for what it was. But overall, it didn't really affect Sonic's reputation. Like, as it stood, people still saw Sonic as a laughingstock after the amount of bad games that he's had, because Sonic is a video game franchise. I think Ricardo fails to understand that as a video game franchise, Sonic is going to be judged as a video game franchise. Like, people are going to judge him based on his games. And he also, I feel like he fails to understand that Sega is a video game company. They make video games, they publish video games, that's what they do, and that's what they've always done, basically. But, like, he seems to want them to take their main mascot, their biggest moneymaker, and just throw him into anything except video games. And I just, overall, one, I just think that's dumb, because I think that would actually worsen Sonic's reputation, if anything, because people wouldn't be saying, oh yeah, Sonic is great now. People will be saying Sonic games were so bad that he had to stop being a video game character and be a cartoon character. It's fucking brutal, but it's a fact. That is how that would go down. People would be like, oh, the Sonic games were so bad that they stopped making them. Like, in reality, really think about it. With guys like Aaron Hansen out there, that is how that kind of situation would go. Like, I think, honestly, what people need to accept is that Sonic is past the point of no return when it comes to being respected as a gaming franchise. He is never going to be respected in the way he was in the 90s. It's just never gonna happen. After games like Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic 06, apparently Sonic and the Secret Rings, I've never played that game, but I've heard from people that it's terrible, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, like Sonic Forces, Sonic Colors Ultimate even, like, when shit like that keeps happening, and it's happened this many times consistently, I think it's a little too late for Sonic to actually gain a good reputation again. I mean, I know that he did gain a good reputation around the time Colors and Generations came out, but then that was all flushed down the toilet with Sonic Boom instantly. Which I'll probably make a video on that in the future, on how Sonic Boom really shouldn't have ruined Sonic's reputation in the way it did, because it was a fucking spin-off. But as I said, that's a subject for another day. But yeah, I feel like this isn't really even so much a dig at, it's not a dig at anyone, but it's not really me commenting on Ricardo, it's more me commenting on just like the Sonic fanbase and their whole mindset. And their whole mindset at the end of the day. But anyway, I've spent way too long on this one point. Let's just move on with this.
I want Sonic to go down a direction whatever is best for Sonic, whatever can keep the franchise afloat in producing content. In 2022, we're going to be receiving the most Sonic content, the most significant Sonic content we've ever received in the history of the franchise.
So once again here, I feel like he's just failing to understand what people expect out of Sonic, because yeah, to us we know the whole, oh, Sonic's a multimedia franchise thing, which I'm sure is going to be the main argument used against me here, and I just want to get this out of the way now. To all you people who are going to go down into the comments and say, oh, Sonic's grown beyond just the games, and oh, Sonic's a multimedia franchise now, let me make this clear. Sonic has always been a multimedia franchise from the very start, alright? Ever since 1992, we've been getting non-gaming related Sonic stuff. Like, we got Sonic Sat AM, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the Archie comics, which ran for like 25 years or some shit like that. And then later on in the 90s, we got Sonic Underground, and we got the Sonic OVA. In the 2000s, we had fucking Sonic X and all that stuff. And in the 2010s, we had Sonic Boom. And in the 2020s so far, we've had the Sonic movie. Sonic has always been a multimedia franchise, and I think people forget that. Just because Sega is going down that route officially now, and they're starting to look at him as a multimedia franchise, which, let's be clear, the only reason they're doing that is because of what Ricardo says in this video, that the multimedia stuff is much more successful. But as I said, that's really not going to help them in the long run with their reputation and Sonic's reputation, because as I said, people are just going to see it as Sonic was so bad that he stopped making games. I know I'm repeating a lot of stuff here, but at the end of the day, that really is the fact behind everything. And as I said, I feel like people really need to understand that. But yeah, as I say, Sonic has always been a multimedia franchise, so don't try and pull that bullshit on me. He started as a gaming franchise, so I'm going to judge him as one. That's like saying, like, it's the exact same thing with, say, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is a cartoon character, straight up, but he's been in everything. He's been in a bunch of different video games, you know what I mean? But like, I guess Mickey Mouse technically is a multimedia franchise, but at the end of the day, everybody still sees him as like one of the greatest cartoon characters of all time. You know what I mean? It's just how things are. Like, to use this as an example, if the Mario movie was really, really successful, and then suddenly Nintendo started pushing Mario more as a film character than as a gaming character, I don't think that would go down particularly well. So yeah, just take that whatever way you will.
People loved Sonic Boom, the TV show. It's considered the best part of that subseries. And even when it was airing at like 7 in the morning on a Saturday, people still got up to watch, but it also aired at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. So no, those ratings aren't always gonna stick there. It's just because the Sonic fanbase is that dedicated. And eventually the times got even worse and kicked to another channel. If Sonic Boom was given a proper shot, it probably would have ran for much longer. Because you know what? It's an actual, like, really good show.
Right, so he says that Sonic Boom was liked by a lot of people. I don't think he realizes that outside the Sonic fan base, people forget Sonic Boom even had a cartoon. Like, that is a legitimate thing. Like, people inside the Sonic fan base fucking love the Sonic Boom TV show because it's a fucking great show. And here's the thing that you need to understand about the Sonic Boom show, is that it was made to appeal to Sonic fans. Like, as much as people shit on shows like Teen Titans Go and Thundercats Roar, like, not that they don't deserve it, those shows fucking suck, but, like, Sonic Boom was a very similar show to them, except it didn't feel like a complete piss take of the original source material, and it felt like almost a love letter to the original source material. There's a lot of references in Sonic Boom to the games and all of that stuff. There's a lot of references that only Sonic fans will properly get. It's one of those shows, and it's just not something that people outside of the Sonic fan base will be able to enjoy. And you know what? I'm gonna bet that Sonic Prime is gonna be the exact same. I don't think it'll be a parody show like Sonic Boom was, but I think it will be chock full of a bunch of references that people outside the Sonic fan base won't really get. And let's just talk about this for a second. He says if Sonic Boom was given another shot, but here's the thing: the reason Sonic Boom was moved to the 7 a.m. time slot was because it wasn't doing particularly well. Well, that or Cartoon Network wanted to make more room for Teen Titans Go. That's another possibility. But it's also that just I think season 1 of Sonic Boom, from what I watched and from what a lot of other people seem to say, was not as good as the second season. The first season of Sonic Boom was good. It definitely got better as it went on, but the first couple episodes of the Sonic Boom show really they're actually really dodgy, if you get what I mean. Like, there's a lot of really hokey dialogue in there, and it really just isn't great. But then as the show progressed, it got better and better. But the thing is, by the time it got to that point where it was a legitimately fucking fantastic show, nobody really cared anymore outside the Sonic fan base. And hell, as he said, I don't actually, wait, did he say that in the clip I showed? I don't even fucking know. It got booted to another channel. It got booted to Boomerang, which is basically where Cartoon Network shows go to die, if you don't know. Like, if Cartoon Network show wasn't doing too well, throw it on to Boomerang. That's why Boomerang is such a shit channel. Like, when I was younger, I knew Boomerang for showing Scooby-Doo, and that was, like, it. But that's really what I had to say about that. And to really give you an example of how much of a failure the Sonic Boom show really was, or maybe it's just because Sonic Boom in general is a failure, I don't really know. The second season of Sonic Boom recently got released on DVD. Like, the full season in one DVD. Well, maybe not one disc, but like one DVD. You get what I mean? That recently got released just last month, and I have not seen any promotion for it. The only reason I knew about it was because I went back to watch Sonic Boom like a month or so ago and watched all of season 1 on Netflix, because season 1's on Netflix over here. But season 2 was not. So I tried to look up ways that I could watch it in the UK, and noticed that the only way was to get a fucking the kids package on the fucking Skybox, which is a big commitment. Thankfully, I was able to get like a free trial of it for like a couple months. I think it was like a month or two. I don't really know. And I was able to watch it. But that's when I started looking up other ways to watch it and found out that the DVD was coming out this month. And yes, it has been released now. It's available to buy on Amazon for I think around 20 quid, maybe 30, something like that. It's definitely worth watching, especially if you're in the UK. That's like the best way to watch Sonic Boom Season 2. But that's besides the point. You get the point. Like, Sega are trying to make people forget about Sonic Boom. Even whenever things are getting released, there's really not any, like, there's no real promotion going on for it. Like, even whenever they added Vector into Sonic Dash 2, like, they didn't really promote that very much. Like, it's weird. But yeah, Sonic Boom, the TV show, while a great show, definitely did not do well for more reasons than you're letting on. Like, it's a weird situation.
The Sonic the Hedgehog video game side of the franchise is the only part of the franchise holding Sonic back. It's the only side of Sonic holding him back from being genuinely well-respected, high-selling, acclaimed, loved. Not just by Sonic fans who have always loved the series, but by your random Joe or Sally walking down the street.
Alright, so one, that Joe and Sally joke, hilarious. And second, I already addressed this early on, Sonic's never going to be well respected. Maybe he'll be well respected in some regard, but he'll never be as respected as he was in the 90s. Like, you guys don't understand. In the 90s, Sonic was like one of the most well respected franchises ever. Like, Sonic Team was one of the most well respected development teams, like, in the industry. It was weird back then. I wasn't around for it, but this is like just what I've heard from guys like Game Apologists and all those kind of guys who were around back then. But I don't know. I've already addressed that whole. That's the only thing stopping Sonic from being respected and all that stuff, because it's really not. Like, even I don't think Ricardo realizes that when the Sonic movie came out, Sonic fans loved it, but like actual movie reviewers were all either. Well, I think most movie reviewers were saying it's like just kind of average, like it's just kind of meh, if that makes sense. Like, they didn't love it, they didn't hate it. It was just kind of basic, it was average. So that was like the general consensus on the movie, and I actually agree with that. I think not just Ricardo does it, but like the entire Sonic fan base kind of overhypes how good the movie is, because that movie, up until about the final 20 minutes, like the scene up until the scene where they're on the roof and he throws the ring and then Eggman shows up, and then we do that whole cityscape scene into like the I have different names for this. I call them the cityscape scene, the Unleashed scene, and the final fight. That's what I call them, because it reminds me of the one where they're jumping through all the hoops, reminds me of Unleashed. But yeah, that part of the movie is legitimately really fucking good. But everything before that is just kind of average, aside from the tank fight on the roof. That was great. But I don't know, everything aside from that was just kind of alright. And overall, I hope the second movie's better. If the second movie just continues to be average, I don't care anymore. I mean, I'm still gonna watch any sequels they put out after that, because it's fucking Sonic, but at that point I just it's whatever. But yeah, people really overhype how good the movie is. Like, fuck me, there were even some actual negative reviews of the movie coming out, and frankly, I can respect that. Like, the movie overall, I can see why people wouldn't like it. There's a lot to dislike about the movie, but overall, I think the reviews I agree with the most are the ones that say it's above average but not by much. That's what Liam said when I showed it to him. He said it's above average but not by much. It could definitely use some improvement. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there because people were really overblowing how good the movie is, and Ricardo is like a big part of that. So that's whatever. I just needed to get that off my chest. So from this point on, he just kind of talks about how he thinks that he should get a new development team. And to be honest with you, I actually agree with him. Like, the current Sonic team and the state that it's in is a nightmare, and they need a new development team. Like, whether it be fans or just people who, like, have fresh ideas, like stuff like that, just, they need a new development team. Like, the current development team is just such a mess, and it's like, it's whatever. But that's kind of regardless. Like, I do want to stress that the video isn't that bad. He does make a lot of good points, but the section that I talked about there, he does say a lot of things that are kind of from a Sonic fan's point of view, and I agree with some things he says in the video, that we do need to look outside of ourselves, and that is fucking true. We do need to look outside of ourselves. That's very, very true, but Ricardo also kind of doesn't do that in the video, and I just wanted to bring up some of those points. But I also do want to bring up that he says early in the video that he feels like people need to stop talking about Sonic at the moment, like talking about Generations and Colors, because those games are like 10 years old. I don't think anybody is talking about Generations and Colors when they're talking about like Sonic games at the moment. I think everybody agrees that was long enough ago to where we shouldn't be talking about that, but regardless, he says that, but then also talks about Sonic Boom, which was like fucking 7 years ago now, so make up your mind. But whatever. I just want to stress, to anybody who's watching this, don't go and harass Ricardo or anything. His points aren't entirely wrong. I just feel like he could have phrased it better, and he could have looked at it from a different perspective, because I don't know, there's just a lot of things he said in the video that aren't exactly too well done. Like, I've actually gotten into some arguments on Twitter about this whole video because people are assuming that I'm just one of the people who's like, oh, Sonic should only be a gaming franchise. But no, of course he shouldn't. I like that he's a multimedia franchise now. There's more Sonic stuff to enjoy, but I don't think that that the video game should be dropped. I also don't think the movies should be dropped. I don't think the TV shows, the comics, I don't think any of that should be dropped. If anything, I think they should be looking for other forms of media for Sonic to get into. I honestly believe that, but that's a topic for another day. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Leave a comment in the comment section below telling me what you think of it. And again, please don't harass Ricardo. Don't harass anybody. Just be nice to people. God damn it. But subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.